Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Crispy Noodle Podcast. Let us be the Crispy Noodle in your vegetarian salad of life and boring news. It is officially Christmas week, so the episode's coming out a little bit early to match that. So, Mikey, how you doing? Now everything's legitimate. We got the tree. Everything is full steam ahead for Christmas. What's
everything is a go for Christmas.
Yeah. How you feeling, Mikey?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I know that didn't sound very enthusiastic. I'm ready, I guess. No, I mean, Christmas is probably my favorite holiday. I just look forward to the fact that I get to see all of my favorite people like so much during the season, you know, hanging out with you guys a bunch, hanging out with a lot of family and friends, and of course the great food. Like It's just constant, like, amazing meal after amazing meal. And then you get a few gifts in there. That's good as well. So yeah, it's just a great time.
Seven Fishes time.
7 Fishes. Yep. I mean, we're here in Crispy Noodle headquarters where my parents are actively preparing some of the stuff for Christmas Eve coming up. So
Gotta get ready.
I went on an adventure today, the day that we're recording.
Specifically today,
I went to buy the eel that we have for Christmas Eve.
Okay.
It's very hard to find eel.
We
looked at two different places before we finally found it at this one place in Bucks County. I don't know whether it's just hard to come by or it's too expensive at some of these places.
They're all swimming to the Bermuda Triangle.
They're all the Bermuda Triangle around this time of year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to send an expedition there specifically to get it. That's why it's so costly.
And then before you know it, you're stuck in Atlantis and you're never coming back.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Not happening.
So I went on an adventure to get eel. So we got several pounds of eel. It's good. Everybody's like, "Ew, eel! It's gross. It's a snake." No, it's tasty. It's a fish. Just try it. You might like it. You know?
Is eel a water snake?
No, it's a fish.
Yeah. Does it have gills?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wait, you've not had eel outside of sushi, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the only thing I can think of with eel is like eel and cucumber rolls and stuff like that. Yeah. We don't do it for 7 Fishes for our family.
They do not look like friendly animals. They're gross looking.
Yeah, they got teeth.
They got
some chompers.
I mean, I don't know if the ones we get have teeth, but they just look gross.
Yeah.
They're not appealing looking creatures, but they taste fantastic.
Well, that's what matters. Do you taste good? Yeah.
Exactly. So we're getting ready for Christmas. All the shopping and wrapping and purchasing is done. Now it's just actually doing the event.
Yep.
But what about you guys? How you guys doing?
Yeah. I had a little bit of fun. Went to the Flyers game on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
So that was, I always like to try and get down to the sports complex when I can.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it a little bit more with our first segment in the Sports Sampler. But other than that, I'm looking forward to Christmas. Looking forward to 7 Fishes. I call it like the Italian Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because my mom and my aunts, they just pour so much effort into it.
Yeah.
It's like all out, all hands on deck. Everyone's cooking.
It's nonstop prep. It's nonstop shopping, prep, and cooking for like days.
Like this is why you save, all your PTO and time off.
Yeah.
It's like
Absolutely.
This is where you use it at,
Absolutely.
So my mom has like 2.5 weeks off or something, like just so she can dedicate like a week and a half of it leading up to Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And then like the week after to recover.
You definitely need the recovery time.
Yeah.
Which is tough this time of year because the schedule just gets booked up. It's like every single free second, just something gets slotted in there.
Well, I'll tell you what, with the way NFL's handling their holiday schedule, it does feel like that.
Yeah.
Between a Wednesday game, a Thursday game, a Saturday game, and a Sunday game Monday.
Yeah. They want to own that's basically the entire week. They should have just done every day. They
almost did.
They just sort of did it.
They almost did. They almost pulled it off. So we'll get into that in just a minute. So how about we officially launch into the Sports Sampler?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's officially kick off the first round of topics in the Sports Sampler.
So you're not good at sports. It's a very small part of life.
Sports. In your face. Ha ha!
Yep, sports coming at you in your face. And Yeah, this is timely news, so we do want to get to it. But I think we are in agreement on this topic coming up here that is specific to the Philadelphia area. And that is City Council have officially approved the plans to build a new arena in Center City for the 76ers. And as someone who just went to a game at the Wells Fargo Center, I still am just befuddled. The Wells Fargo Center is a fine stadium. You get good views pretty much at every seat that you're at. The concessions and everything are what you would expect from a stadium. The parking is easy to do because of all the lots down there. I'm still befuddled that this is going through, and now it apparently has jumped over its last hurdle. It looks like this is all systems go now. And the 76ers are going to, well, not the 76ers. Josh Harris, the guy who owns the 76ers, is going to get what he wants. His own individual Center City arena in which he can benefit choosing the schedule on his own and choosing events and making money off events. I mean, it pains me to see this happen, especially around the holidays too. It just, I don't know. I don't see the upside in this other than for Josh Harris, and it bothers me.
Yeah. So this is, I think it's called 76 Place.
76 Arena, yeah.
76 Arena. Oh, here on ABC's website it says 76 Place. I don't know. Maybe the name
They're going
is
back and forth.
Maybe the name is up in the air
Yeah.
because it's not very good either way. But yeah, it's a curious decision to slam a major sports arena into the middle
Of an already congested area.
Yeah, I mean, so like for people not familiar with Philadelphia, all of the sports stuff is in like the deep south of the city, like on its
South
own,
Philly,
in the middle of nowhere, kind of. It's just parking lots and municipal public transportation.
But it works.
Stuff. But it works
because that's how you have all of the room for parking and space to breathe. And
yep.
And they've been building it up. That's another thing, too, that I don't understand. You have stuff like Xfinity Live, the casino down there. They've been trying to build this area up. It's not like it's not like it's just nowhere land.
Right.
It's also at a crucial intersection with 95.
Yeah.
Like, you can't tell. I don't know. You can't tell me that there's no. It's not a good way to get to a game.
No, I've always thought it was fantastic because personally, I just take public transportation straight down. You hop on.
Well, you're fine here in Ambler. Yeah, you've got the connection.
Yes, I know. Other places probably a little more difficult. But yeah, you hop on the train, get off of Fern Rock, and the subway takes you directly. That's where it ends. Like if you don't even know how to use public transportation, it stops at the sports complex.
Yeah.
You just ride the subway until it ends, and you're there. You know, it's dead simple. Everything's in one spot. They've been actively trying to build it up with the casino, Xfinity Live. They were building that new, I don't know if it's still happening, the esports arena.
Oh, yeah. I don't
Remember
know.
that
I don't know
one?
if that's
I don't know if
happening.
that's still happening.
Yeah, I think that fell to the wayside.
But yeah, they've been building it up, but they instead want to slam this arena into the middle of Center City. I don't understand how that's going to work with the level of congestion that's already in the city. I mean, my concern is that, they want to kind of persuade people to take the public transportation. And if you can, that's great. Like for me personally, like it doesn't make much of a difference because I would take public transportation. I'm like, yeah, sure, slam it wherever you want to. But for a lot of people who don't have easy access to SEPTA, because the further out you go, SEPTA becomes less and less reliable.
Yep.
It's going to be a burden on those people. And the Philadelphia team service a big market area.
Yeah.
You're talking about people all the way out in far west in Chester County, really up north in Montgomery County, in Bucks County. It's hard for those people to get to.
Or they have to rely on cars.
Yeah.
I don't like.
There's no parking.
There's no parking.
There's no parking just in general.
Yeah. What are you going to tell the? I'll give them. Let's say half of the people are going to come in through public transportation. A Sixers game has like 18,000 people. So what are the other 9,000 cars going to do? This does not make sense on every level other than Josh Harris just wants to be able to control the schedule and the events and profit off of the events and the concerts that will happen at his venue.
I'll tell you what, for him to be able to do that, I think one of the things he needs to do is make the Sixers better. First and foremost.
Not a good time to be asking this when the Sixers are not going to make the playoffs at this rate.
Right. Maybe like 2 or 3 years ago where we still thought we had a shot at completing the process. But now that it seems that the process is dead and buried, you're like, oh, come see our hot new sports team, the 12th place 76ers. Like you're not inspiring, you're not exciting people with a 12th place team. I think of the big four, the Sixers are probably, pretty close to dead last in terms of popularity for the big four, right?
Well,
it's always been a football and baseball town.
Yeah, I would say definitely it's Eagles, Phillies are 1 and 2. But Sixers are, they are fairly up there. I mean,
fairly up there. Even in your ranking, they're third. They're third out of 4.
Yeah, they're just pissing me off right now.
It's an odd choice.
Yeah,
like it only, like you said, only
Flyers
makes sense.
Also too are Flyers have a good fan following.
That's what I mean. I think the Sixers are literally the 4th out of 4 teams in terms of popularity in this area. But I don't know. I might be wrong in that regard. What I'm not wrong about is the fact that you're right, that it's all about padding Harris's wallet.
Yeah, it's just a shame because I feel like just Chinatown is just going to get obliterated. Yeah, they're going to get destroyed. Just any sort of moderate event that you're going to want to go to in Philadelphia, if it's located around Center City, you're going to have a nightmare of trying to get around if it's the same night as an event happening at 76 Arena.
Yeah, it's called 76 Place at Market East.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just looking up on their website. It's monstrous. It's a monstrosity.
Yeah.
It takes up a whole city block.
Yeah.
It looks like from the renderings.
Yeah. It's just, I think it's just the wrong place to choose. And I know they're going to try and model this like, oh, there's going to be a huge public transportation center underneath the venue, and it's going to try and be like Madison Square Garden, but like, that's why we're not New York City. This is like this. You can't. This is apples and oranges. This should not be on the same reasoning, and it just bothers me. And I'm sad that it went through. And I really feel bad too for all the small businesses in the area. They're all gonna get smushed out of there.
I mean, their argument is that they're going to drive visitors and drive business in the region. I fail to see how the 76ers are going to do that. And like, okay, I mean, maybe they bring in concerts and they bring in shows and things of that, but we already have venues in the city for that.
Yeah. And it's another thing too.
What is it offering that is different than what we already have with a combination of the existing venues in Center City and the sports complex in South Philly? What are they bringing that's different? Other than a giant, hideous 76 logo.
Yes, that's the difference.
No, I mean, what is the difference?
Yes. Yes, take that. And Josh Harris.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that's another thing, too. It ruins the whole vibe of all this. The whole idea was the South Philly Sports Complex. That's where you went to for a game. Now it's all over the place.
I will say, the one thing that is awkward about that area of South Philly. I remember one time I was like, oh, is there any place to go to get like food that's not Xfinity Live? There really isn't.
Well, you have to leave.
You have to leave the area, and it's like blocks and blocks and blocks to get to anywhere meaningful that you could like eat or do something. It's a lot of residential out there, a lot of municipal stuff. So but that's the point of having the complex and why you should focus on building up the complex. If you bring more things there, then it keeps people there and engaged there,
Yeah, and I thought that was going to be the plan. I thought they were going to try and build that up more.
You have the space. You have the public transportation, the major roadways. You have the parking. You have the space. You could build that area up instead of demolishing an existing area.
Yeah, and one that's going to be heavily limited, too.
There's only so far you can build in each direction in Center City.
Good. By the way, good luck if you work in Center City or if you live anywhere close to Center City. Boy, your commute's about to get a whole lot harder. Good luck. All
I
right.
don't know. Maybe we're wrong though. I'm looking at the renderings on the website. They're like year-round thriving retail center.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
but we already have shopping. Like, this is the thing. It doesn't bring anything new. We have shopping. We have restaurants. It's not like they're building new public transportation lines. They're just tapping into the existing one, right?
Yeah, and just kind of making it like the new hub.
So what are they doing different? Like this is the question that's bothering me. Like, what are you doing different to make all of this worth it?
Yeah, definitely head scratching, and we'll see as it develops. But it seems like this is going to happen. So good luck to everyone in Chinatown. I don't know what you're going to do when the cranes start rolling in.
You need to look at their website though. Almost too good to be true, but really, it's true. That's one of the bits on there.
Great.
On there, this is the first I'm looking at it because I've been so annoyed at it. I just kind of put it out of my mind. But yeah.
Well, here's something else that you may want to put out of your mind, and that was the Eagles losing a heartbreaker on Sunday, 36-33.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Top story: Jalen Hurts suffers a concussion in this one.
Yep.
The hit didn't look that bad, but when he got up, there was like a tight shot of his face, and he clearly looked confused.
He did not look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seemed like a relatively normal hit. I'm like, what is all this unnecessary, kerfuffle about? But yeah, when they showed those close-up shots of like his face after the hit, like he looked like kind of not there.
Yeah.
He leaves with a concussion. Kenny Pickett comes in.
I hate to say it, but that really did change the game. I think Jalen Hurts, if he's on the field, they win this game.
I think the big takeaway for me is if there's any WIP callers out there that are still calling for Jalen Hurts to be traded or cut or, I don't know, transformed into a different quarterback or start Pickett. Boy, I don't know. I hope they're singing a different tune because it just goes to show you that Jalen Hurts really does make a huge difference on this team.
Yeah.
Whether or not we think that he's the ultimate answer or the next Tom Brady is irrelevant, he does make a noticeable difference.
Yes. And you also just saw it in just like game decisions. They couldn't do the tush push.
4th and 2, they're like, nope, can't do it.
Yep, sorry.
Yeah.
And that ended a couple drives.
It did, yeah. Drives that we normally would have sustained and kept the ball out of Jaden Daniels' hands because, holy crap. I mean...
Yeah, the defense...
This is the first game where I'm like, whoa, what happened to our defense? Is this like last year's defense again?
Here's the problem that I kept seeing happening in this game. The rushers, when they were going after Jaden Daniels, nobody was back behind the line of scrimmage. Everybody was rushing, and I don't know, it seemed like this was done almost on purpose, but it was like when they're coming at you, the Washington offensive line purposely was trying to shove them like on an angle off away, and that cleared the center. And what happened was Jaden Daniels, if there was nobody open, bam, he just took off running, and it just killed them time after time.
It was a very curious sort of scheme that they came up with where you're right. It's a pretty common tactic with, blocking edge rushers where you just like kind of like kite them around the outside and you just leave the middle of the field open. And we didn't have anybody spying Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
We didn't have any kind of like middle zone going on to try and like limit those. He tore us up. He was their leading rusher with 81 yards.
He kept drives alive.
Yeah. Something that Hurts would have done if he had been in the game.
Yeah.
It was a really questionable decision on defense, especially when you have extra guys. We've been so good with the secondary. You can leave guys like Quinyon Mitchell on an island a lot of times and devote extra guys to either blitzing or spying the quarterback. And we just didn't do it. Like, we brought a couple of blitzes, but they weren't getting home.
No.
He just kept escaping. And it was just one of those games where it just kept snowballing and snowballing. Like little tiny things happening, the penalties, lots of injuries, guys coming in and out. CJ Gardner-Johnson getting disqualified.
Yeah, two personal
fouls. It's just one of those like symphony of like misery. Like, it was just like one unfortunate event after another.
Yep.
and we couldn't.
Devonta Smith dropping that ball. That was right in his hands.
In the several years that he's been here, he's caught balls that should not have been catches, and he somehow catches them.
Yeah.
And then the easiest one just drops it. Yeah, series of unfortunate events kind of type stuff.
Yeah.
Man, it just sucks.
Yeah.
And I was so thrilled. First quarter, I'm like 21-7. I'm like, man, we usually suck in the first quarter. If we can just keep this up, and then we literally only scored 12 points the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Complete reversal. Washington comes back, scores 22 points in the fourth.
Yeah. And it's completely uncharacteristic of both teams.
Yeah.
Because the
usually
Eagles...
They threw up the stat. The Eagles were dead last in first quarter scoring.
And Washington was dead last in fourth quarter scoring. What the hell?
Complete reversal, yeah.
Yeah.
But
this is what happens with division games.
You
Division
just never
games
know.
are just... Even when you think you're going to go in and stop a team, division games always have that just extra random dice roll that you don't know how exactly things are going to pan out.
Yeah. The other big thing you have to give credit to Washington. They completely shut down Saquon Barkley.
After the first quarter, yeah.
He had his 70-ish yard run.
And then didn't do anything.
You take out that run, he's 28 for 80, which is, 80 seems like a reasonable number, but on 28 carries.
Yeah. He couldn't get anything going after
could not
that
get
run.
anything going. It was... The whole performance was just...
The problem is once Kenny Pickett is in, then it's
right.
like...
he's not throwing, so you just load up the box.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like if we're going to lose this game, I'm going to lose it if Kenny Pickett happens to turn into a superstar.
Right. You force Kenny Pickett to tear you up passing the ball than letting Saquon run down your throat. Yeah.
Right. And that made all the difference because they had to settle for field goals and punts instead of going for touchdowns, and it made the difference.
Well, at least Jake Elliott is making kicks again.
That's good. Yeah, there you go. Look at the bright side. That's
he made a
nice.
50-yarder.
That's nice.
He hasn't made a single 50-yarder this year.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's going to come in handy in the playoffs.
Yes.
Which is the other main point in this game is you have to now look towards the future. Because for all intents and purposes, the 1 seed is not a possibility, right?
Probably not. We worked it out before the show.
Yeah.
We have to root for the Packers this week. The Packers have to win.
And that's it.
If that doesn't happen, we're already out.
Right. If the Vikings win this upcoming week, we basically don't have a shot at the first seed.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It's not looking good.
That's like the first step in this plan that would have to happen.
Yeah. So
the Lions would have to lose both of their games.
And the Vikings have to lose against the Packers.
Yeah. And then the Eagles
we have to win out.
Yeah.
If at any point we stumble, if Jalen Hurts doesn't pass the concussion protocol.
Yeah.
Which leads me to my question. I mean, if you're in the position of the coaches and the GM and the decision makers, how do you handle these last 2 weeks?
I have the grand plan.
Okay.
All right, everyone sit down. Here's the plan.
Buckle up.
Yeah. If I'm in charge and I'm not sure if Jalen Hurts is coming back. Actually, to be honest, if he does come back, I'm still not sure. I think you run with this plan. You go into the game next week at the Cowboys and you throw in all the backups. You take this upcoming week as the bye week.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to assume the number 1 seed's out of the
Right. This is assuming the 1 seed is out of possibility.
I think it's done.
Yeah.
I don't think you're getting the seed anyway.
Yeah.
So lose purposely to the Cowboys because this gives all of our starters a week to refresh.
Yep.
And it gives the Cowboys a stupid motivational win, which hurts their draft position.
Yeah.
I don't know why. They've been on this weird kick of winning games the last couple of weeks to try and save Mike McCarthy for some reason.
Because they're mathematically out of it, right?
Yeah, they're done.
Like mathematically, they cannot.
They actually
make a
won
playoffs.
last week and they got knocked out. They're done. Boy, what Dallas logic for you there?
We won and we lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't even help their position. It's over.
Oh man.
So go ahead, give the Cowboys an extra win so they fall further down the draft ranking.
I like it.
And you give the Eagles starters a fresh bye week.
Yeah.
And then week 18, pound the crap out of the Giants. I want to see
Just obliterate them.
a 42-3 score. and then you're running into the playoffs with momentum.
You're riding high, yeah. I do. I mean, to bring it back to reality, I do agree that we should at some point rest our starters because I do think the 1 seed is out of contention. And I think we now need to think about what is the best strategy going forward for the playoffs. And I like the idea of getting these losses off our back now. You know, if we had somehow won out and gone into the playoffs like with a 13-game winning streak, like we're immediately losing wild card. Like immediately. No, I'm not kidding. So I don't mind that we lost here. It sucks that it's against a division opponent. It sucks that technically the division is still up for grabs mathematically.
Yeah.
That's frustrating.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that now the weight of,
the winning streak is over.
Yeah, 10 in a row, 11 in a row. Now they're like, they can just breathe. They're back down to earth. The ego got checked a little bit. Let's go crush the remainder of our opponents. You know?
Yeah.
So, like, sure, like drop 1 or 2 here. You're in the playoffs.
Please don't get anyone else hurt.
That's the name of the game. The NFL is about availability.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you need your best guys there when you need them the most. Not in random matchups against the Giants at the end of the year or the Cowboys fighting for a moral. Don't get guys injured so the Cowboys can save Mike McCarthy's job.
Yeah.
You know, that's a dumb reason to get your stars injured.
Yeah. Go ahead. Let them get the win. That would be hilarious.
Honestly, sit them both weeks. Do like an old... Remember Andy Reid back in the day? He used to... What was it? One year we went... we started 13-1.
The problem is the Eagles do have to win one of these 2 games.
Okay, we can probably beat the Giants with backups. Maybe.
I don't know. I would rather... I also, too, I want to have the momentum starting before the playoff break happens.
Okay, so specifically, you want them to lose to Cowboys and then come back, beat the Giants, so we're ascending.
Correct.
Again.
I want the propelling motion upward into the wild
So we were
card
climbing back down to earth. We can suffer another loss, and then we start the ascension again.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want to say.
That's the plan. Phone it in to Mr. Roseman.
That's what I would do.
Hello, Mr. Roseman? Yes?
Yes. But I have a sneaking suspicion that they won't follow that game plan.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, let's look ahead to see what we do think is going to happen with this week's Fantastic Four picks for Week 17 of the NFL season. And it's a special one because we've got Christmas on the books here. So what game are we going to talk about first?
Well, first up, it is a Christmas Day matchup. We have the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Pittsburgh to face off against the Steelers. This is a Wednesday, Christmas Day game at
on Netflix.
1 o'clock on Netflix. That's right. So if you want to check this one out, and you will, because this is shaping up to be a key AFC playoff preview. The Chiefs, one of the top offensive and defensive teams. The Steelers, nobody expected them to be this good, but they are still in the thick of it. Rich, who do you like in this matchup?
Oh, man. You know, I was looking at the Chiefs' points total and everything. Statistically, they are on the same path as the Broncos in terms of points scored and point differential. But yet they're, 14-1? They only lost 1 game? How is this happening with this Chiefs team? It is crazy.
It's their defense.
It's crazy how they're able to pull out wins. The Steelers, they actually haven't been good the last couple of weeks. They've been kind of been going down a little bit of a downslope here after losing to the Eagles, losing to the Ravens. I guess you got to go with the Chiefs. Until the Chiefs blow another game, I can't root against them. They just keep finding weird ways of winning.
Yeah, it's so weird because I so badly want to say Steelers. Like, I think like this is a great opportunity for them to snap the losing streak at home, make a statement against one of the league's best teams. But then the other part of me is like, the Chiefs, they're incapable of losing. I don't know what it is. Like, they're not particularly great in any one regard. They're just
other than quarterback,
yeah, and reffing,
yeah, and the refs,
which I might just account for it there. So yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs as well. Even though part of me really wants to say Steelers, I'm still gonna say Chiefs.
Yeah.
Next up, though, this is the key matchup we just alluded to. Something that has crazy NFC playoff implications. Green Bay Packers traveling to Minnesota to face off against the Vikings. Rich, who do you like in this one?
Yeah, like we said earlier, we have to root for the Packers. If you are hoping for some slim chance that the Eagles can still get the number 1 seed, that is a must. The Packers must beat the Vikings. If that does not happen, the Eagles cannot get the number 1 seed. It's all over. So on a Philadelphia note, you got to say Packers. Do I actually think they can win? They absolutely can. It's going to be a tough divisional matchup. The league knows it's going to be close. Got flexed out of the Eagles' game position in that time slot, actually. So the NFL is well aware this is going to be a good game. But again, it's tough to pick against the team that's winning all the time.
But they're both winning all the time. If the Packers
It's tough.
were in any other division besides the North, they'd be like a Kansas City Chiefs. 3 of their games
Are you confident you're going Packers?
have come against division opponents. I need the Packers to win.
Well, that's what I just said. We're all rooting for the Packers to win in this one, but
I think they can do it, though. I do. This is the second time the teams are matching up, right?
yeah.
And I assume the first time the Vikings won. I don't have it in
Yes.
front of me, but I'm assuming.
Yeah,
So,
first time Vikings won.
division opponent late in the season, after having already played them once. These are both very good teams. They have the potential to split these games here. There's a strong possibility the Packers can pull this one off. I like the Packers.
Oh, all right. You know what? Go ahead. Yeah, let's go Pack. Let's drop them in.
Let's go Pack, yeah.
Let's see if they can do it.
They got it. They got it for the Eagles.
It is tough.
Do it for the Birds.
It is tough to win against a division opponent twice.
Yeah, it is.
So, as we've seen, obviously.
And they may match up again in the playoffs,
yeah.
depending on how the seeding falls.
Yeah.
So we will see. Next up, though, there are some teams that are still fighting for a spot. We have the Atlanta Falcons traveling to the Washington Commanders. This is a Sunday primetime game. The Falcons trying to close out their division and take the title there. The Commanders still mathematically in play for the NFC East. Rich, who do you like in this one?
Yes. So the Falcons, this might be a chance for them to wrap up their division if the Buccaneers lose earlier in the day. So they have a lot to fight for in this matchup. Washington, as you just said, they still are mathematically alive to steal the division from the Eagles. But the Falcons, I don't trust Michael Penix. This is, this is such a weird thing to throw Michael Penix into the situation this late into the season. I know Kirk Cousins wasn't offering much at this stage of his career, but it's still going to be rough for a rookie to try to get up to NFL speed, especially against a defense like Washington. I'm going to go at Washington at home to win this and still put pressure on the Eagles.
Yeah, unfortunately, the story with Penix is that they thought he could sit behind Kirk Cousins for a year or two. That was the plan. I don't think anybody thought that he was going to come in and start year one, so the fact that they're pushing him into the starting role by their own timeline a little bit early is a little bit concerning. I don't think the Commanders are going to have another performance like they did against us. I think it was a little flukish for them, but I still do think that they will probably win one against the Falcons here, who are just a very average team, which is all you need to make the playoffs in some divisions, but not against an opponent like the Washington Commanders. I'm going with the Commanders as well, unfortunately.
Yeah, remember when the Falcons were supposed to have all these weapons like Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson? Yeah, they all just fell off the face of the earth in terms of production.
It's because Cousins sucks. No, I don't know.
I don't know.
And finally, talking about sucking teams, how about the Dallas Cowboys coming to Philadelphia to face off against the Eagles? We got flexed into the 1 p.m. time slot because they just don't like us, but we don't care, Rich. Who do you like?
Look, the Eagles are the better team. They're probably going to go out there and going to win it. But I do kind of wish that my theory would come in handy here to just create your own bye week here and just rest all your starters. But yeah, and look, no matter what happens, if the Eagles have to run with Kenny Pickett, the Cowboys are on a backup quarterback too because Dak Prescott's out. So, really, seriously, it should be the Eagles.
It should be the Eagles, right? Part of me thinks if Jalen Hurts is out, we might struggle. But there's a difference between a quarterback coming in mid-game and a quarterback who gets a whole week to practice with the starters actually game plan for that quarterback. You know, you come into the game, you're like, oh, Jalen Hurts is going to take off running like a handful of times. Then Kenny Pickett comes in, and, you know, all of a sudden, every 3rd and 4th and 2 play just goes right out of the playbook.
Yeah.
You know, so hopefully they'll be able to adjust, and we can get rid of the stench of that loss against the Commanders with a nice win against the Dallas Cowboys. They should be able to do it.
Just do me a favor. If you're going to lose, at least bench everybody and just like make it a full-blown rest week.
If it starts to get a little out of control, just bench everybody
Is there
early.
a way we can do that? I don't know. Can we like retroactively like
At some point, they have to decide to rest their starters. It's either this week or next week because we're not getting the first seed. So you might as well rest them at some point. I don't think it'll be against the Cowboys. It'll probably be against the Giants.
All right, and there you go, folks. That's our fantastic 4 picks for Week 17 of the NFL season, Christmas week. There you go, in the books. It is weird. I don't know if I'm in favor of having the NFL forcing Christmas Day games. Do you like it?
I don't
know.
I don't really like it. I don't like it because it distracts from the holiday. I mean, I love football, but I want to watch A Christmas Story. I want to
Yes.
I want to eat my food. I want to hang out with family and friends. I don't necessarily want to like tune in to watch like the Chiefs or the Texans. Like I have no interest in watching Andy Reid.
I want to watch A Christmas Story. That is the correct answer.
No, I mean, really, like, listen, I love football, but guess what? It is only part of what makes me so special and unique. There's other things like watching A Christmas Story and spending time with family on during the holidays. So yeah, I don't like them forcing holiday games. I also don't like it for the players. They are also people that have families who they would like to go celebrate with.
My question is, what happens if Christmas falls on like a Tuesday?
Yeah, do they like force a Tuesday night game?
Are they going to force a Tuesday game?
Do they move like the Monday night game to Tuesday? But then what do those teams do? Do they have to play Sunday again then?
Yeah. Like, how does that work?
It doesn't. I don't like it for scheduling. I don't like it for the players. I don't like it for me personally. Like if the Eagles were on, it'd be like I can't give my full attention to the Eagles. I can't give my full attention to family and friends and the festivities. So
yeah,
I don't like it. I don't like it. Just, my favorite game is a 1:00 Sunday game.
Yeah, let's just stick with that.
That is my favorite time because then you can do stuff before, you can do stuff after. It's not late at night. You watch it on a work day. Like,
do you remember there was a Monday night game like at 7?
I don't mind that either.
It was like the first of a doubleheader.
Yeah, and it wraps up by like 9, 10.
That was good. Can we do that?
Yeah.
There you go. Memo to Roger Goodell. We would prefer a 7 o'clock game.
Absolutely.
That would be fine for us. All right. Well, there you go. That's all the sports coming at you this Christmas week. But don't go anywhere because after the break, we still got the entertainment entree and the non-fortune cookie odd news, a crazy story that you need to hear just in time for Christmas. You need to stick around when we come back from the break. This is the Crispy Noodle Podcast. We'll be right back.
Ready for the weekend? Happy Friday. Hi, my name's Marie, and I'm an artist who's been making Happy Friday doodles every week for over 7 years. And now you can own my art collection in this Volume 1 and Volume 2 art series. These doodles span across multiple themes, yearly festivities, various countries, languages, and more. Both coffee table books have something for everyone and are the perfect conversation starter or gift for a friend. Really, anyone who enjoys a good weekend. Available on Amazon, Ingram, BookBaby, Barnes & Noble, and more. Visit happyfridaydoodles.com/books and get your copies today. Let's celebrate the best day of the week. Happy Friday.
You just assured me that I could speak.
Sit down inside the car. We're not assuring anything. We're under arrest.
Look, I'm under what?
Come on.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before.
Get some cups.
Why did you do this to me?
Hop in the car. Get some cups.
For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's a nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? How dare get your hands off me.
No, we've only got one cup.
Ta-ta and farewell.
That's all right. Get him in the car.
One cup, look. They even broke.
Oh, yeah, back here on the Crispy Noodle podcast. Hey, you know, I mean, it is kind of an unofficial time to look back on the year and review. This is the year that we got fully introduced to Democracy Manifest.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the clip had been around for a while.
But we've never
this
played
was,
it.
Yeah, this was like the first time we did a deep dive into it, and we learned the legacy of this man, and
It's become a mainstay here.
yeah. Unfortunately, though, he also passed away this year, so
Yeah.
it was definitely a monumentous occasion to bring that back and honor his legacy. Again, the sound clip that is in the rafters here at the Crispy Noodle headquarters for all. Oh, sorry, I didn't punch
Oh
you.
God!
I'm so
Punching my
I
microphone.
get so emotional thinking about a succulent Chinese meal.
It is a moving thing.
Yes, it is.
It's a very moving thing.
Yes. So there you go. That's our way of coming back and getting ready to hit you with the second half of this week's podcast. We're going to kick it off with the segment with movies, TV, and video game news in the entertainment entree.
And now, the latest in movies.
The Simpson guy writes to movies. Dear Die Hard, you rock. Especially when that guy was on the roof.
Music.
I know what that is. That's music.
Video games.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Celebrities.
You really know Warren Beatty? Yes, I do. I took a leak next to him once at the Golden Globes.
And more.
You're the all-singing, all-dancing crap of the world.
This is the entertainment entree.
All right, we are officially in entertainment entree territory, and we're going to kick it off with the segment where Mike is going to let you know what you should keep an eye out for post-Christmas. You know, hey, sometimes you need a break from Christmas.
That's true.
All the Christmas hoopla, sometimes you need a little break. So for the things that aren't Christmassy necessarily, that you need to get away from this whole holiday season with, it is time for Mike's This Week in Entertainment. All right, so if you're not doing Christmas stuff, what should you do?
Well, how about the exact opposite? In theaters, Nosferatu comes to cinemas this week.
What an interesting timing for this movie to come out.
I like it. It's for people who aren't fans of the holiday season. Go check out this new horror drama film. It is a remake of the 1920-22 classic set in the 1800s. An estate salesman attempts to find a new residence for a wealthy Transylvanian count who is revealed to be a vampire infatuated with the estate salesman's wife. The film has very positive reviews. It has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes with an average score of 7.9 out of 10. So go check it out. It's looking like it's going to be really good. Bill Skarsgård is Nosferatu.
How many different horror villains is he going to play now between
He's
this
got
and
it.
it?
He's got Nosferatu. That's how he's making his name, apparently.
Yeah.
He's got the face. He's got the vibe for it. He's creepy.
He's the scary Skarsgård brother.
Yeah.
And then you have Alexander Skarsgård.
Yeah.
He's the good-looking one.
Right.
Because he was in True Blood and Succession.
Yeah.
So he's the good-looking one. I'm sure there's going to be another one popping out at some point.
Another Skarsgård, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, and then their father is the classic one because he's
many Skarsgårds are there?
Yeah, he's what's his? I forget his first name, but he's like he's the one that you actually know from movies and TV. He was.
I don't know anybody.
Yes, you do. You actually have seen him.
Oh, I have.
Yes, because he was. Yeah. If you search a picture of him, you're gonna. He's instantly. He was in Chernobyl. He was in Marvel.
Stellan Skarsgård.
Stellan Skarsgård. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Now
Do your Google.
Now we're just doing a deep dive on different Skarsgård. Oh yeah, he's been in a ton of stuff.
Yeah, you know Stellan
Insomnia,
Skarsgård.
Good Will Hunting.
Yes.
Yeah, and it just goes on and on
Correct.
and on. Anyway, go check out one of the Skarsgårds.
The scary Skarsgård.
The scary Skarsgård. Go check out the scary Skarsgård in Nosferatu. But in television, Squid Game Season 2 hits Netflix this week, the day after Christmas. Squid Game is a dystopian survival thriller show about financially desperate participants in a secretive contest that pits them against each other and sets them up to risk their lives for the chance of winning a prize that will help them escape their financial hardships. The first season received near universal acclaim with multiple Golden Globe, SAG, and Emmy Award nominations and wins. I cannot say enough good things about Squid Game. However, I can't say any of them because Rich has not seen the first season.
I know. It fell through the cracks. I gotta.
It happens. I still haven't watched Cobra Kai Season 6, so I can't get on you too much for it. But
it happens.
But definitely, if you have a chance, guys, go check out Squid Game or Squid Game Season 2. That's what we're looking forward to this week in entertainment.
All right, there you go, Mike's This Week in Entertainment. Thank you for that segment. All right, let's do some trailer talk because a very big trailer did drop this past week, and a lot of comic book fans are excited. It is the return of Superman. It is coming back in theaters with James Gunn as the what do they call it? He's not just director. He's like in charge of the whole universe.
Right. He is I can't remember his name. The guy,
visionary,
the Kevin Feige of the DCU or the DCEU.
Director of Vision or something. Yeah.
Right. He's the head guy. He's the Kevin Feige of DC.
This is his world.
Right. Exactly. And this is actually the first DC film in the new James Gunn DC cinematic universe.
Gunn universe.
The Gunn universe. So this is, DC's way to say, hey, this is going to be the vibe, the vision, the direction of our new cinematic universe. The old one has been scrapped.
Yeah.
We got the new show on Max. We got this new Superman movie.
The Snyderverse was too dark, apparently. We couldn't watch the film.
No, apparently
it was too dark.
But yeah, let's talk about the new direction though instead of.
I feel like it was purposely, I don't know, saturated more
because the other one was so muted.
Yeah, like
I never actually watched.
It felt
the Snyder one.
It felt a little bit of a dig.
Oh, really?
A little bit, like kind of, like. Hey,
well,
this isn't that last one.
James Gunn is known for vibrant, colorful. I mean, he was behind Guardians of the Galaxy.
True.
So that is kind of just his style.
True.
So I won't knock him too much for that, but it might be a little bit of a commentary on where DC was, because DC was, for the longest time, it was like dark and gritty. It's like Batman talks like this, and Superman's all moody and muted, and like everything was so dark. And then they tried to get goofy for a while, and that didn't work. So now what I'm getting from this trailer is a focus on the human side of Superman. I've never been a big Superman fan, right?
Yep.
I've always been like, oh, he's a god, he's an alien, he has no weaknesses, he's boring, yada, yada, yada.
No, he's got one weakness.
Oh, of course, it's the super rare space mineral Kryptonian or whatever.
Kryptonite. Yeah.
Kryptonite. And my mom's going, Kryptonite. Like she's a Superman fan.
Yes, she is. Yeah, she's.
She says she was reading the comics.
Oh yeah, she definitely. Yeah,
back when they were first printed in 1929.
She knows. Okay, yeah, they're not gonna be able to hear you without a microphone. I love your mom. Always thinks like she can just like talk, and like we need a microphone.
I know, right? What we need is one of those boom mics.
Yeah, we need a boom mic over there. Yeah, to help her out.
One of those stage mics for the rest of the kitchen as people come in and out.
That's That's not a bad idea. We should.
You know what we'll do next week, Rich? We'll flip the camera around. We'll sit at the other side of the table, and that way we can watch as people come in and out. They load the dishwasher. They're eating food. They're like, you guys don't understand. Like, your vision is of these two ugly mugs, but we're just watching an entire production behind the camera happening.
Yes. So
anyway,
next week for the New Year's episode, we'll put a microphone over that direction. Yeah, we'll do it.
But anyway, back to Superman. Yeah, I always faulted Superman, and this is an admitted blind spot of my own, and I never really gave him a shot because I always thought there's really no nuance there.
It's tough.
I'm an admitted Marvel fan, and the gimmick of the Marvel universe of heroes is they are flawed, they are real, they kind of suck, they're just average Joes, they're misfits. Whereas DC was like, Bruce Wayne and Batman are perfect. Superman is perfect. Like, they're all kind of perfect in their own way. They're two different. I
don't know about Batman.
He's a billionaire playboy philanthropist like Iron Man without the alcoholism.
But that's not.
I know there's more to it than that. But
that's the facade he puts on.
Yeah, I know.
Don't lump Batman in with Superman.
Okay, but the ultimate point that I'm getting is that Marvel made a point of making their heroes like very determinedly misfit-like.
Someone once said on a documentary, and I forget who it was, but Superman is really the ideal is the ideal superhero for a 5-year-old boy.
Yes,
because it literally is just I can do whatever I need to do to save the day,
and that
I can fly, I can shoot lasers, I can
and that
I can have super strength,
and that was the vibe I always got from DC, is that these heroes were like the epitome of heroes. They to me weren't as flawed as a Peter Parker, or like a literally crippled Professor Xavier. But then my ultimate point here is with the trailer, it opens up with a bruised and battered and bloodied and near-death Superman.
Yeah.
Right? He's weak. He's frail. We see shots of him hugging his dad. He whistles for his dog, Boy and his dog.
Yeah, Crypto's coming.
Classic.
Which, by the way, I think that is a weird tie-in right now. I think they're going to promote cryptocurrency in this movie.
They're going to promote cryptocurrency?
Crypto's going to have his own cryptocurrency. Make sure you buy it after the movie.
What I see is dog stuffed animals and dog action figures. That's what I see.
Oh yeah, that's gonna get you're
but
right.
On a more thematic narrative level, I also see a focus to say to people like me, Superman is more than the god. Superman is also all of this. It's a boy and his dog. It's somebody who loves his dad. He's just living his farm life. You see
he's American pie.
All American. You see the cows out front in the front yard. I mean, it's so. Yeah. I do appreciate.
He's American as dollar bill.
He is. They're going to put his face on the dollar bill. But joking aside, I do see more of a focus on that aspect of Superman, which I appreciate. I like more complicated, nuanced, human, fragile heroes rather than the invincible ones.
Okay.
So that's what I took from the trailer.
All right, that's good.
What about you?
You
didn't like it. I know you didn't. Because we watched in the first 10 seconds, you were like, ugh. Like nothing happened, and Rich was like,
"Can I make an audible guess?"
Yeah. And I said, "You already want to say something."
I can't even hide it anymore.
So
I've just hit old man status. Like,
so,
oh god,
I'm
done.
Talk it out here. We always joke that this podcast is about therapy. So talk it out here. What do you dislike about the trailer?
All right. So first off, that theme song made me laugh so much. It's
Top Gun.
It was Top Gun. The exact guitar distortion is the same one from the guitar riff on the Top Gun
The
theme.
distortion made me realize, like, these notes are the same. Like, at one point, it was like, it was the same exact thing.
What is this? Top Gun Superman? Super Top Gun? I kind of want Super Top Gun. I think that would
Superman.
work.
No.
Top Superman? No, you're
Super Top Gun?
Yeah, I want Super Top Gun. Actually, if they haven't copyrighted it, that should be the third movie.
Super Top Gun?
Super Top Gun.
Top Gun 2, Super Top Gun.
Maverick versus Superman. Put that in right now.
If Maverick wins, he becomes Super Maverick. It still works because Super Maverick.
It still
Superman,
works.
Super Maverick.
Perfect. There you. I've got tie-in ideas here, people. There you go.
You do. You've got the whole. Hey, they're talking about making an extended universe. There you go. That's extended right there.
Yes.
What's faster, an F-14 Tomcat or Superman?
We're gonna find out in Super Top Gun.
Super Top Gun.
Superman can't handle Maverick's crazy antics.
Faster than a bullet, but not faster than Maverick.
He can't handle Maverick's.
Right into the... No. Anyway.
Superman can't handle Maverick's moves.
The Super Zone.
Yes.
But other than the Top Gun theme song.
That was weird.
What were you feeling about the trailer?
Yeah. Just the whole Clark Kent disguise made me laugh. I don't know why. It doesn't look right.
It's always been dumb, though.
But he really didn't look right. I don't know why.
He looks like a dude. What was wrong with it?
No, his hair looked like a wig. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's the very slicked, curly Q look. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's are they purposely trying to do that to match the cartoon or the comic book? But I don't know. It didn't look right on him.
Probably yes, and also probably to make him a little
It looked
unkempt, because he's just Clark Kent. He's just a regular guy.
He looked like he was wearing a wig. It did not look right. There's something wrong with that total face package. It does not look right. I don't know, in my opinion. You probably are right that it's just Kevin Gunn being Kevin Gunn.
James Gunn.
Or James Gunn. Sorry, Kevin Gunn is the guy at MMO. Hi, Kevin. How you doing? Sorry. Getting my guns mixed up.
You know too many guns. That's weird.
Sorry. Hi, Kevin. How you doing? If you're watching the show, no, James Gunn. It's probably James Gunn being James Gunn. But I think the color is kind of a little bit of an FU to the Snyder Universe fans. You know that it's not dark. It's not.
I don't mind that. I was not a Snyder. I was not a Snyderverse person.
I didn't mind.
I know you were calling for the Snyder cut. Release the Snyder.
Release that Snyder cut. I did watch it.
Yeah, I don't know. I still have not seen them. I will say I was not interested at all in Superman until this trailer. So it did do something for non-Superman fans. What I'm interested in is how are Superman fans reacting to this trailer?
So in general, from what I've been hearing, because I do have a couple of close
Superman fans,
close people that are very big into Superman. Yeah, they're very excited to watch it. They got all their super pants ready to go. I don't know.
Yikes!
Does Superman wear super pants? Does that count?
Is everything of his super?
Yeah, right.
Just if he has something, it's super.
Is it the bat rules? Like everything's a bat.
It's a bat phone, bat socks, bat microphone,
super dog,
Supergirl. Yeah,
isn't it kind of the same thing? I don't know. Anyway, pretty much positive throughout what I've been seeing.
So I mean that's great for them. And hopefully it's better than some of the recent movies.
So here's one more thing to harp on.
Yeah.
There is a lot of just little teaser moments that this is going to expand into some sort of other collaborations, because there was a reference to Green Lantern.
Yep.
Yeah,
saw that. There was also a character, Hawk Girl or something.
Yep.
They introduced a bunch of heroes in. I don't know actually if they're heroes or villains, but a bunch of other supers in the trailer.
Does that worry you?
Yes.
Yes.
Because...
Thank you.
Okay, I get... This is the problem that DC always has, is that they're constantly rebooting. But because they're playing catch-up, they're trying to jam too many heroes into these standalone films. And I know that James Gunn is coming from Marvel. He's like, oh, we can do this because we did it at Marvel. But... you didn't, because you weren't phase one. He wasn't phase one.
Mm-hmm.
And phase one of the MCU, if people remember, it was a standalone Iron Man film. There were no other heroes. It was a standalone Thor.
It was just a stupid little post-credits cutscene.
It was a standalone Thor movie, no other heroes. Standalone Hulk movie, no other heroes. And at the time, it's like, oh, Iron Man, he's like a D-list hero. Oh, Thor, he's like another D-list hero. But it gave you time to get to know them, to grow with them, to slowly bring in these other components to where you took this D-list hero and you made him on par with the Spider-Man and the Superman. You have an A-list hero. You don't need to add in 4 or 5 other random dudes, because you're going to have what I like to call proper noun vomit. Yeah. Oh, this Fortress of Solitude with Hawk Girl, rush to the Elysium Fields to grab the quantum quasar. Done. I'm going to the bathroom and getting popcorn. Done.
Yeah.
No, tell me.
It's possible.
Have you ever watched a thing where they hit you with 17 proper nouns and you're like, I'm out?
Yeah, it can happen, especially with something like this. So
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little worried too. I don't know if that's a good idea to try and tease already like some sort of
you need time to grow
expanded team.
You need time to grow with the titular hero and to avoid the proper noun vomit so that casual fans like me with no basis can get on board so you can create the multi-billion-dollar extended universe. That's the goal.
Yeah.
So that is my one critique. The other thing, though, that I want to talk about in relation to this trailer is that the releasing is reigniting the rivalry with Marvel. It's coming out 2 weeks before the MCU's big Fox acquisition, Fantastic Four: The First Steps.
Yeah, take that.
I mean, no, this is exciting. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's going to be the first time that, for all intents and purposes, a DC film will be competitive with a Marvel film. Let's be real. They haven't been for a while, right? And they haven't been for a while.
Except for the Batman movies.
Yeah, but how long ago was that?
A little bit ago.
Yeah.
But, all right. Well, yeah, that'll be exciting to see as well. All right. So, yeah, anything else? I think we need to actually wrap this one up because I think we got to get to our final
we have to
portion
get
of the show.
to the non-fortune. Yeah.
Boy, yeah, you just want to just hop right in, just steal my line?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's move on to the final portion of the show, the non-fortune cookie odd news.
We've been talking about cool and its ramifications and how it applies to the hip scene. But maybe you could give us some examples now of the opposite of cool, uncool. Just exactly what is uncool?
My nipples look like milk duds.
Holy shnikes.
It's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news.
It's not of this world. I don't know exactly what it is or what it's doing, but this is not human intelligence, okay? It's not human intelligence we're facing.
How you doing? Me? I'm doing great.
Manda basata. I don't make this stuff up.
I'll take a pound of nuts.
That's a lot of nuts. That'll be $4, baby. You want fries with that?
I seen the celery dance across the baseball fields.
You had me at meet tornado.
No, go past this. Past this part. In fact, never play this again.
Okay. What does that mean?
And now it's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news.
So sit back, get everything you need to get from the kitchen. Be sure and empty the bladders, go to the bathroom, because you're in for a hell of a ride.
Woo! Odd news.
That's right, everyone. It's time for the non-fortune cookie odd news here in this segment. Rich researches the news, he reads the news, and I react to the news. He finds a weird and wacky story and keeps it hidden from me, which ensures that all of my reactions are my genuine gut reactions to hearing these stories for the very first time. I don't know what's about to happen. You guys don't know what's about to happen. And even Rich doesn't know what's about to happen because these stories always take us down wacky and wild paths. And I'm ready to get started. Where are we heading to?
Alrighty. In this story, I just realized I don't have... Michigan City.
Michigan City. I assume that's in Michigan.
I assume that's Michigan.
Or is it going to be is it going to be like a Kansas City thing?
Can you do a search on that? Michigan City.
Yeah, let's see.
Right? Is this one of those trick questions?
Indiana.
Damn it! Of course they would.
That's the first thing that pops up when I search Michigan City. It's Indiana. I was right. It's like a what do you call it? Kansas City type deal.
Yeah, bastards. That should be barred.
Actually, I stand corrected. It could be Michigan City, California, Indiana, Mississippi, North Dakota. But not Michigan.
Yeah. So this should be we should have this be a new rule. If you reference another state, you should not be allowed to be named that.
Right.
Take that.
I agree.
Except Pennsylvania Avenue. I like that being part of the White House.
Yeah, but that's just a street.
Yeah.
That's not a city.
Yeah, okay.
If you're a city, if you're Pennsylvania City,
that
you
has to be Pennsylvania.
I don't want to see Pennsylvania City, New Jersey.
Correct.
That's just confusing.
Yes.
So Michigan City should be Michigan City, Michigan.
Correct. That's what we have decided. And write a letter to your congressman. That's what we're going to go with.
I assume it's Indiana. It's the most populous Michigan city.
All right. Well, yeah, I know. My story just says Michigan City. So, of course, Michigan City.
Of course, that one.
Just as well known as New York.
Right up there. Top 10 U.S. city.
Yeah. All right. Well, this story is definitely interesting and appropriate, I think, with all of the gift giving and food giving going around. You know, you want to give somebody food, you know, for Christmas or something, you know, something nice treat. Or you maybe cook somebody a dinner. You're like, here you go, free dinner. You know, you don't have to worry about cooking tonight, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, unfortunately, in this scenario, a nursing aide in which a nursing aide that was hired by a Indiana prison. Oh, there you go. It's Indiana.
There you go.
Boy, it was right in front of me the whole time. I didn't see it. Anyway, the nursing aide that was hired by the Indiana prison was found to have been trying to smuggle drugs inside her frozen lasagna.
I'm on drugs again.
Yeah, there you
Not the
go.
lasagna.
That's a way to try and sneak in some drugs.
Drug lasagna.
I'm on drugs again.
Yeah.
So what is that? You have a lasagna noodle. You have a layer of meth, some ground beef,
Ooh.
another lasagna layer,
Ooh.
a layer of what, like cocaine?
Yeah, you're really
Just
laying this on. Ooh.
I feel like there's an untapped market potential here.
Drug lasagna.
Drug lasagna, yeah.
Oh.
If any drug dealers are listening, no, don't do that.
Yeah, so 47-year-old Regina Davis actually pled guilty, so she is admitting to it.
I mean, it was in her lasagna. You can't see some of the other ones that we've had, like, oh, I don't know how it got in my underwear. This is my friend's underwear. Oh, I don't know how it got. Remember that one story?
Yeah.
Or I don't know how it got into my car. This isn't my car. This is somebody else's car. You know, you can't. It was in her food.
Well, she pled guilty to trying to sneak in drugs to Indiana State Prison, which is a maximum security facility that houses more than 2,000 adult males. She was released on a $1,500 bond. She is a certified nurse aide since 2003, so she actually has built like a substantial career up.
Yeah. She's been doing this for, 20 plus years.
Yeah. She arrived for work last week toting a batch of lasagna that a guard just, quote, thought looked odd. This guard is a lasagna expert.
What made it look odd?
Yeah, right?
What tipped him off?
Yeah, but this guard knows his lasagna.
That's so bizarre.
He caught a sniff of that. Wait a minute. That doesn't smell like marinara sauce.
What is that?
Wait a minute. That's not ricotta. What is that?
He smelled something odd.
That is not proper lasagna pasta. What is that?
So, could he see it, or was it in one of those tins? Was it wrapped up with tin foil?
He must have been able to see something.
He looked at the cross section. He's like, "Wait a second, that's not ground beef."
Yeah, something on this just looked odd. That's what it says in the police report, and that's in quotes. Looked odd. So that's what he said.
Okay.
Just.
Was it odd that she was bringing in multiple frozen lasagnas?
Yeah, wait a minute.
That could also be odd. Oh, what you got there?
She's got like a cartoonish
like a stack. Boom, boom, boom. 6 lasagnas high.
I'm really hungry today, Bob.
Yeah. What you got there? Is that your lunch? Yep. All for me.
These damn inmates, man, they cause me to eat.
Hey, man, meal prep Sunday. Yeah. What can I say? Yeah. It's supposed to be for the week, but it's just for the day for her.
Help. All right. So, that's when the guard decided to investigate the Italian delicacy in a secondary examination. And that is when digging through the lasagna, they found several packages that were wrapped up in electrical tape, some that contained pot and some that contained cocaine.
Oh, no.
I'm on drugs again.
Yeah. So
That's
just
good.
I wonder just that first reaction where he's digging through the lasagna and just what? What is that?
There had to have been a moment. There had to have been a moment in his mind where he goes, I really hope I find something, because if not, that is super awkward.
Yeah, I destroyed your lunch.
Digging through the layers of lasagna and you only find cheese and pasta, you know? He must have been like, oh, he got through one layer. Uh-oh. Another layer. Uh-oh.
Yeah, uh-oh. I'm going to...
And then finally he finds the back. He's like, whew.
I'm going to owe this lady lunch if I don't uncover something. All right. So during questioning, Davis claimed not to know the lasagna had an extra layer of controlled substances, saying that she did not cook the lasagna and that her friend did. Oh, so it was a gift.
It was a gift. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. You know,
I'll just say
I regularly give you food that have drugs in it.
Of course.
You know?
All the time, yeah.
You weren't supposed to take them to the prison.
Right, exactly. That was your own fault.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, though, if I get like a gift lasagna, I'm not going to look a gift lasagna in the mouth. I'm just going to eat it, you know? So it could be legitimate that she didn't know the drugs were in there.
I actually wanted you to get high while you're eating my lasagna.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but eventually she did fess up to it.
So
it sounds like she gave up pretty quickly then, because she pled guilty.
So she said it was odd that she got 2 different containers of lasagna. So she actually must have like carried them in like this because she had 2 containers of it.
Right. Right.
You know, so maybe that was the thing that tipped off the guard. Like,
Maybe.
why are you bringing in so much lasagna?
Yeah, it is. You know, it's an odd amount because 1, it's too much for a single person, and 2, it's too little to share with all, I don't know, 2,000 inmates, or if she's sharing with coworkers. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
that's a new rule, Mike. You have to share your food with all the 2,000.
Did you bring
inmates.
enough gum for everyone?
Yeah. Did you bring in enough lasagna for everyone?
So, like, maybe he was thinking, okay, that's too much lasagna for one person. It's too little lasagna for all the staff to have or all the inmates to have, you know? Like, what was her reasoning for 2 lasagna?
Yeah, she did not give an answer on that.
She just wanted to bring in 2 lasagnas.
Yeah.
Just 2 frozen lasagnas.
She's power protein packing. I don't know.
Is that her pre-workout meal?
Yeah, the carb loading.
Carbo loading?
That's what she's doing. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. So this, and then here comes the definitive proof here. When Davis's phone was examined, they found in her gallery photos of her prepping the drug packages. Wait, what? Photos of? So wait.
She documented?
Hello, yeah. Wow, this is a really good lasagna I cooked.
Was she making like a step-by-step on how to make a drug lasagna? What was the point of the photos?
You make a book on how you make your sausages. Maybe it was like that. Like, hey, this is how I make my drug lasagna.
It's like, first you pack the baggie full of cocaine.
Yep. Then you got to wrap it up in the tape.
Always remember to put down a layer of sauce before your first noodles so they don't stick to the bottom. Then add your drugs.
Yes. Very important. Yeah. So
step by step. It's a drug lasagna cookbook.
Who takes a photo of them actually cooking, like while you're cooking?
That's not the part that's weird to me. It's the part where she's documenting the addition of the drugs.
Yeah.
Like if you take a photo while you're cooking, maybe you're like, oh look, I'm making. You send it to your family. Look, I'm making lasagna. Or oh, you know, this is how my lasagna came out.
Look, but like I'm putting cocaine in the lasagna.
Yeah, that's the weird part. Ha yeah.
Yeah. What the hell?
Don't document your crimes.
Yeah. Well, I get after that you have to plead guilty. I mean, that's literally you're caught red-handed.
They have a picture of you like holding up little baggies and you know the lasagna there. Yeah.
And then in a follow-up report, Davis claims that when she was asked where she got the drugs and how she sourced the drugs, she quote met a black guy in South Bend. And that their code phrase was pick up some cream for their feet.
Ew.
That was a bit of a nastiness last night, yes? Some very extreme nastiness, yes? Yes.
That's how she got the drugs. Some, literally according to the police report, some black guy in South Bend.
And their code phrase was, get some cream
for their feet.
I don't know why that makes me so uncomfortable.
Does this guy, does the drug
foot
dealer
cream.
have a foot fetish? Yeah.
Hey, you got any foot cream? Oh, yeah.
What happens if you actually did want foot cream and then you got a whole bunch of drugs?
Well, I don't know. Depending on the person, that's either a really good deal or a really bad deal.
Yeah. Sir, you don't understand. My feet are hurting. I need actual
cream.
cream.
Do you have any foot cream? It's like, yeah, they hand you meth. You're like, no, I have bad eczema. I need foot cream.
Help. My feet are on fire.
Right. I have really dry skin.
Yes. Yeah, that is a horrible code phrase to use. You couldn't come up with a
couldn't have
better
said
one?
something like the eagle has landed.
Something, yeah.
Something's.
Well, I mean, we're from Philadelphia. I think that's a little
yeah.
biased. Where did what we say? Indiana.
Indiana. Did you tip any cows recently? I don't know. What are they doing in Indiana?
Is Peyton Manning over there or something? I don't know.
Is Peyton Manning? Hey, is Peyton Manning over there? Yeah, I got some Peyton Manning for you.
Yeah.
What kind of drug is Peyton Manning? I don't know. What would he be?
Probably.
I don't know.
Amphetamine.
Amphetamines?
Yeah, sure.
I guess.
I don't know.
Not really a good drug analogy for Peyton Manning.
But
it's Peyton Manning over there. That could have been the code.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit better than pick up some cream for their feet.
It has to be something that people won't say frequently, like, "Oh, the Colts are really good this year."
Oh, there you go. Yeah, got to dig on them. Yeah.
Anthony Richardson is my favorite quarterback.
Yeah. Nobody's saying that.
Yeah. That's a good code. That's a good passphrase.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah. According to Regina Davis, if you want drugs, you need to go to
just find
a black guy in South Bend
and let him know you need some foot cream.
Yeah. That's the key in Indiana.
For some reason, that just sounds just so wrong to me.
Yeah. But unfortunately, her lasagna smuggling did not work. So she's freed on bail right now, but she will be definitely seeing some sort of jail time in the future.
Yep. No lasagna for you in jail.
Boy, yeah, you can't even trust her to make the lasagna now.
She can't work on the kitchen staff, no.
No, yeah, you can't trust her to do that, yeah.
No.
Oh, what a shame.
She has a history of drug lasagna.
Make it sound like a weird disease. Like, oh, I had that drug lasagna. Yeah. Took me 3 months to recover.
Got a bad case of the drug lasagna, yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm on drugs again.
So, there you go. That is the odd news for this week. I think it's appropriate for Christmas. Like, you're giving food to people.
Yeah.
Don't give the drug lasagna.
It's an odd Christmas meal.
Yes.
Drug lasagna,
That would be the main plate. That would be the main entree.
Drug lasagna?
Drug lasagna.
Oh, I think I'm having lasagna for Christmas Day.
Oh, there you go. You better keep an eye on who's making it.
Yeah.
Is your mom making it?
Oh, it's already made. The drugs are already in the lasagna.
The drugs are already in the freezer, according to your mom.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Get ready. Get ready for a hell of a Christmas, Mikey.
Top it with some bechamel and then sprinkle on a little bit of the fun stuff. Yeah.
There you go. Mike's gonna have a hell of a Christmas coming up this week. So if your Christmas is just as fun as Mikey's, make sure you let us know by contacting us on social media, which, by the way, make sure you do indeed do. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, all that fun stuff. But most importantly, make sure that you have a way to get the podcast sent to you every week. 2 main ways to do it. First one is on YouTube. Go to our YouTube page. Go to Crispy Noodle Podcast on YouTube and hit that subscribe button so that you get the podcast sent to you every week. Second main way to do it is we put the video podcast up on Spotify, so you can check us out there. But on Spotify, you can also put us on in the background and listen to us as an audio-only podcast. And if you have Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, you can use Spotify and take us on the go with you, so you can listen to our show every week while you're driving. If you're going to Indiana, if you're going to check out the drug dealer from South Bend, Indiana with the feet cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no better podcast for feet cream than our podcast.
Yes. So make sure you take us on the go with you if you're going to do that, or if you're going to partake in some drug lasagna. It's also the best podcast to take.
That's right.
We've won the award. I don't think there's no other podcast out there.
No other podcast is good for foot cream and drug lasagna than the Crispy Noodle Podcast.
That's right.
But if you need to get in touch with us individually to share your sports entertainment or odd news stories, tell us all about your drug lasagna during the holidays, you can find us individually on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm at Mikey Costanzo, MikeyCostanzo.
And I'm at Rich Liebig, RichLiebig. Find us on X and Instagram and let us know what's happening. And we hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy the week. Enjoy the football. Enjoy family and friends. And we'll see you guys next week for the last podcast of the year. How about that?
Right. Yeah, wow. Time flies when you're having fun with the crispy noodle.
That's right. So until then, we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.
Later. Bye-bye, all you fine peoples. Good night.
Some of us have great stories, pretty stories that take place at lakes with boats and friends and noodle salad. A lot of people, that's their story. Good times, noodle salad.